Hello, Ambassador Üzümcü.
Yes, speaking.
Hello, my name's Adam Smith, calling from nobelprize.org, the official website of the Nobel Prize in Stockholm.
Yes.
And we'd like to record very brief interviews with new laureates. May we speak for just 2 or 3 minutes?
All right.
Thank you.
Will you ask questions, or you want me to
I'll ask questions if I may.
All right, sure, please do.
But may I start by offering our congratulations on the award of the Nobel Prize?
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Now, in their announcement, the Nobel Committee states that through this award, they're seeking to contribute to the elimination of chemical weapons. How do you think this Nobel Prize will help with your mission?
In fact, the organization has achieved quite substantially over the past 16 years by verifying the elimination of 80% of existing stockpiles of chemical weapons possessed by several state parties. Clearly, 20% of those stockpiles remain to be destroyed in the coming years. But also, the situation in Syria poses a particular challenge to our organization, where there is a considerable amount of chemical weapons. I think the Nobel Peace Prize, in fact, will give a new impetus and encouragement, I should say, great incentive to our staff who are working in the Secretariat and who are deployed also in Syria for the past 2-3 weeks. And this will boost their morale in order to fulfill their mission.
Thank you. And what message do you think this award is meant to convey to the world?
I see it as a recognition, in fact, of contributions made by our organization to global peace and security over the past 16 years of its existence. Clearly, this award, in fact, is a recognition of all those who worked in the OPCW, as well as all those who represented their countries here in The Hague, are credited to the organization over those years. I think the credit should go to all of them, as well as the state parties, in fact, who were determined to fulfill the objectives of the Chemical Weapons Convention. So I see it as a great acknowledgement of all this success story over the 16 years.
Now, the announcement will focus yet more attention on the problem of chemical weapons. How can people around the world who are concerned by this problem help with the OPCW's work?
I think clearly we have to raise awareness about the risks, security risks associated with the handling of dual-use chemical materials throughout the world. And we have done a great deal to this effect, but much remains to be done. We have to raise awareness among scientific communities, academia, and all those who are others who are dealing with the chemistry, because there are serious risks associated with that. And to my pleasure, we have reached the level of 190 state parties. Actually, in a few days, Syria will become a party. So with Syria, it's going to be 190. 6 other countries remain outside of the organization. We want to get them on board and them joining the organization as early as possible. But along with that, we need, in fact, a more wider, I should say, awareness raising among all relevant communities on the security risks involved in the chemistry.
Yes, indeed. And then the announcement mentions not just Syria, but other states that still have stockpiles of chemical weapons, most notably USA and Russia. So there's still much to do.
In fact, the United States has reached the level of 90% of destruction of its own stockpiles, and in the Russian Federation, they reached 76% of the destruction, of the level of destruction. So these are indeed quite significant achievements. The destruction of chemical weapons is a very costly, labor-intensive, in fact, and dangerous operation. We have to recognize their achievements, but also I have to recognize their commitment in this endeavors, and we expect them, in fact, to fulfill their obligations in the coming years.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, this announcement comes on what was already a busy day for you because the Executive Council is in session this week, isn't it?
Yes, the Executive Council has been in session since Tuesday, and this was the last day. In fact, the Council has just adopted its report. But the news of the Nobel Peace Prize, in fact, were really overwhelming at this morning's session when I announced it, and they welcomed that, of course, and they were very moved.
That's very good to hear, very nice to hear. Well, thank you very much indeed for speaking to us, and it's been a pleasure to speak to you. Congratulations again on the award.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.